I got my man Lawrence Arnold, one of our Jayhawk superstars, one of our Kansas greats. As you see, I got my Kansas gear on, got my stuff in the back, helmet, jersey, all that, man. This guy right here, first of all, before we even get to what he does on the field, I want to just say appreciate you because you already know I come to Lawrence every summer and throw a free kids camp for the kids in Lawrence, and you've been out there each year that I've thrown it. I'm
Yeah.
actually talking with the people right now. We're getting a date set on it. Hopefully, you're still in town because you already know you're going to get the invite to come back again. I love that y'all are able to come and help the community because you see what they feel about y'all when y'all are out there. Y'all are literally the Kansas City Chiefs to them, right?
Yep.
Y'all are the Dallas Cowboys to them. They stay in Lawrence, they can see y'all, they can talk to y'all, and then when y'all come back and y'all do an amazing job with them, it puts a smile on my face because I was one of those guys that did all of the community service, did anything I could with, those young kids, the donors, the alumni, the fans. So I want to start off by saying I appreciate you for doing that each year and giving back. And with that being said, man, let's get into it. You from where I'm from, right? The Dallas
Yep.
area, DeSoto. What got you to the University of Kansas? Because a lot of Dallas guys, right, are up there, but a lot of Dallas guys want to go to Texas, Texas A&M, maybe Baylor, TCU. What got you to get up to Lawrence?
What really got me to get out here was so my whole life I always been a Les Miles fan. Even when he was at LSU, like I was just always a big Les Miles fan. And when I came down here for my visit, um, it was more so my mom and my little sister because my pops had recently passed. He
Okay.
had recently passed then, so it was more so I didn't want to be too far from home, but then like when we got up here, my mom, my sister, like they just enjoyed themselves and they loved it. In a way, they brought my little sister in. They was taking care of her, playing with her, like just showed her a great time. And that kind of hit home for me because if you can make my family comfortable, then I'll always be comfortable. And um, I was on my visit. Kwame Lashley, I still talk to him to this day. He was my host. He just showed me a good time, and and all the other guys that was here, they were just very welcoming, and it was kind of like a brotherhood already. Like even though back then, the record wasn't really showing it, but the bond that we had in the locker room was different. It was a different type of bond. It reminded me of being at DeSoto my senior year.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I feel like I can fit in with these guys, and then like they can teach me stuff outside of football. And when I got here, it just like I feel like a lot of freshmen get to a new university or a new location, they kind of like nervous or like they to themselves. That group made me come out of my shell within like the first 30 minutes of me being in there, like just
Yeah.
joking and laughing. And that's things that I'm used to, like just joking on each other all day. So that was a big reason why I ended up coming to Kansas.
Okay. And the crazy thing that you say that is because to this day, the guys I played with, we got 25 guys in a group chat. We try and come back for the spring game. We talk to each other every day. And people think that's a normal thing for college athletes and teammates just to be super close when they graduate, they still cool. That's not normal.
It's
Like
not, yeah.
my brother, he's not like that with the guys he went to UTEP with. One of my home best friends, he's not like that with the Baylor guys, the Texas guys, OU guys. None of those guys are really like that. And you said even before the record, it felt like a place you wanted to be because of the locker room. We
Yep.
talk about it to this day that we would go back and lose every game the way we did from the close game to the blowout. If we could all just get back in that locker room and have that same camaraderie that we had back then because it meant everything. So that makes me happy to know that that has continued because people that used to see us all hang out in Dallas or go back for the spring games, they'd be like, man, I don't got none of that with my homeboys. A lot of the UT and Baylor and OU guys kick it with the KU guys when we're all back together. So that's amazing. So let's talk about it. It wasn't good when
Mm,
you first got there, right? You were there through
yeah.
Miles. Coach Lipo comes in. What has been the change, right? Because a lot of you, the guys are there, right? You're still there.
Hmm.
what has been the change? Because it's not the guys.
Yeah, it's not the
Is
guys
it
at
is it the
all.
mindset? Is it the culture? Is it the workout? Is it Coach Lipo? What has changed for y'all to go to 9-4, which we'll get into? I believe we could have been about 11-2 on some of those games that we
Yeah.
played. What changed?
I feel like the biggest thing that changed, like you said, it wasn't the guys. You know, like yeah, Coach Lipo brought a few guys over, recruited some guys, but for the most part, it was all still the same guys. When I got here, the thing that changed back then to now is the culture. You know, like, and I know Coach Lipo and them, they talk about culture a lot in that media and stuff like that, but the culture really did help change the program. Like, yeah, like I said, we was close when I first came, but it was still like individualized, like it was grouped out. Like some groups was cool with this group and this group. Like it was groups. And the thing that got us closer when they first came, it was we started doing like culture meetings and culture groups, and everybody was like, "Man, why are we doing this? This stupid." Like nobody really liked doing it, but
Mm-hmm.
come to turn out that them culture meetings and doing them culture groups actually built a bond between us that you know that if somebody tell you something, whether you're a senior or you're a freshman, and if you're a senior and a freshman tell you something, usually it go like, you new to this, you don't know what you're talking about. But now it's like, all right, bro, I got you. Like I'm gonna lock in, I'm gonna fix these details because I'm your leader. Like y'all look up to me.
Yeah.
And that actually took a big step in our program because a lot of guys start to get on board with it. Like, all right, he not being complacent, he not defending, he not trying to blame somebody else for what he doing. He trying to say like, okay, I messed up, my fault. I take accountability. Now let's all do it the right way. And everybody jumped on board with that. And I feel like that was the biggest difference back then. Nobody complains now. Nobody gets mad when somebody else get on them because everybody knows it's all love. It's not I want to see you bad. Like, no, I want to see you succeed. So everything is all love, and everybody can tell that the whole team is genuine. We genuinely want to see each other succeed and be successful. Versus back then, I feel like it was little small things, little hatred going around in the locker room, but it was only within the group. It was never spoken out loud.
Mm-hmm.
The issues and problems. One thing we do now is when we get in our culture meetings, the coaches will leave and they'll just be the players. And we'll talk, agree and disagree on things we like doing, things we don't like doing, what we can fix, what we can't fix. Like we had a coach meeting yesterday. And one of the things on the board was we need to communicate together, not be complacent, hold each other accountable. And I feel like since we've been doing those things, we have been growing as a program and as a team. And that's what made the difference from going 0 and 12 or what was it, 0 and 9? Because yeah, it was COVID year. So going from 0 and 9 to 2 and 10 to 6 and 7 to 9 and 4, just those culture meetings was the biggest thing because those culture meetings transferred to when we are on the field and we're down or we're tired, it's fourth quarter, we come together and we say we will. The we will came from the culture.
Yeah.
So now that we all saying we will strain the finish, we will leave this place better than we found it. We will do everything that we say we're going to do as a unit together. And that's what builded the group to where we are now.
No, that sounds exactly what I was thinking, man. It's all about the culture and what you believe in yourself and the guys around you. Sounds like everybody's maturing.
Yeah.
Sounds like everybody's willing to take accountability. When I first got to the University of Kansas, we were coming off Orange Bowl. We were the last team in the nation to lose. We were number 2 in the nation. LSU, who was number 1, had actually lost earlier that day. So if we win that game, just to think about where y'all rocking and rolling at. We win that game, we the number 1 team in the nation, right?
Yeah.
So then, I come in, we beat Virginia Tech, Marcus Vick, Cam Chancellor, all the good stuff. When I first got to Kansas, we played Texas, OU, Texas Tech, no matter who we played. Because of the culture that was built at that moment, it was like, it don't matter who we line up against. They're going to have to see us win, lose, or whatever. They're going to know
Yeah.
they played the Jayhawks. By the time I left, because the culture had shifted in a downward trajectory, it was like, we got OU. We know what's about to go ahead and happen to us, right? And I imagine that's what it was when y'all
Yep.
was there at the beginning, right? Les Cloud
Exactly.
is what it is. You knew y'all was about to go get smacked by Texas, right?
Yep.
Now you know, hey, OU, y'all better come to our house.
And y'all
Texas, we
better
beat
come
y'all
to play.
yeah, in Texas, we've been to your spot and we beat y'all. So, what is the biggest difference, I will say, from back then to now when it comes to I know we talked about the culture meetings, but those hard times when guys mess up? Is it we just know he's going to make the play? Or is it we know that we can now get on him and he's not going to go into the shell and be defensive? Because sometimes it's just like, hey, guys are working harder. We know he's going to make the play when he messes up. Is that the bigger thing? Or is it more that we know that the culture is built that we can now go and tell a guy, hey, we see you messing up and we know he's going to respond to the accountability being placed on him?
It's actually both. It's actually both of them because we know like we have guys on the team like we all human at the end of the day. We gonna make a mistake, but we know from the battles we've been through with each other,
Mm-hmm.
in the off seasons, in fall camp, like we know, all right, he just messed up, but he gonna make a play because nobody wants to be embarrassed on TV at all. So we know like yeah, he's gonna make a play. Or if it's a person that they always make plays and they mess up and nobody never gets on them. Sometimes you going up to them like, "Hey man, you messing up. Come on, let's tighten this up." We know that that person not gonna get all defensive and get mad. He gonna be like, "All right, bro, I got you," and it'll actually make them go harder. Cause some people
Mm-hmm.
never had a person their same age, younger or a little older than them, but on the same team, tell them like, "Hey, bro, you messing up. You need to do this." And that goes for like even the stars on the team. Like for if you're a starter, you've been a starter, and a walk on come tell you, and this just example like on our team, and a walk come tell you, man, you messing up, bro. You need to lock in. You talking too much when coach talking. You laughing too much when coach talking. Like on the team, we're gonna be like, all right, bro, my bad. Like let me lock in. I'm tripping, and that was the biggest thing for us is you gotta have those guys that that will get the team out of their comfort zone but can still have everything under control. The team will still have everything under control, even though they just got out of their comfort zone.
Exactly, exactly. No, I definitely feel that. You got guys that, like, I was one of those guys, you ain't got to say nothing to me, right? I drop a ball, everybody know I don't got to say nothing to DP. He going to get it because nobody's going to hold it. DP
Hmm.
accountable more than DP. Then there's
Yeah,
certain guys that they'll drop and they still be smart. Like, hey, bro, hold on.
yeah, like it ain't funny,
Hold
man.
on. What you laughing at? And then there's certain
Yeah,
guys you do got to go over there, hey, bro, let's get it going, this, that, and the other. And then some of them you can cuss out because that's what they respond to. And some of them you got to, tell them
someone
enough,
just
like,
give them
hey,
that look.
yeah, so no, I love that because accountability at this age and in college is big because you don't have to hold too many guys accountable in the league because that paycheck holds you accountable and your wife like nice things. At this
Yep.
age, right, you haven't really, and y'all guys, and we'll get to that, are making more than NIL bread, but that's not like the contract money, right?
Hmm.
It's you can be cut at any time in that league where here you might not be cut, you just go to the bench. So it's a little different mindset.
Yeah.
But what has been that feel around Lawrence now when y'all walk around, right? I know when we were good and I did some things on YouTube back in the day and that had caught fire everywhere I went in Lawrence, DP, DP, DP. Has there been a drastic shift? The fans have always been, right, rightfully so. The stadium shouldn't be full if you're going 0-9.
Yeah.
That is what it is. We're human. I'm not going to say, but the fans have always been good to me and for I feel what our program was and what it's growing to be. Has there been a drastic change when you're moving around Lawrence, when you are interacting with the fans and just out and about?
I feel like it haven't really been just a drastic change. I feel like the biggest change is, since you guys were here, then once y'all left, it kind of like just started going on a downward spiral a little bit. And the biggest change that I can say, not even being funny, is hearing fans like, "Oh, we're a football school now." That's the biggest change. And I feel like for me, I can accept that because just from all the negativity that we got over the past years of you guys are just a basketball school and the negativity I got even committing here, everybody like you going to basketball school. So the fans really like they always show love. They always supportive. Even when we were on the 0-9 season, like they'll still come to the games. They might leave,
Mhm.
but they're still there. They're still supporting us. Like the year we went 2 and what was it, 2-10?
Yeah.
The year we went 2-10 when we beat Texas. Everybody was just they were supportive, but deep down they thought we were gonna lose.
Yeah.
And when we won, you can see like you can feel the energy that Sunday. When everybody's just moving around and everything, you can feel the energy from the fans and the environment. Like you'll go somewhere and they just like you got on Kansas football gear. They're like, oh man, you on the football team? Y'all did y'all thing. Like it's more. It's I feel like we get more respect
Hmm.
now. We get more respect and we get more love than we were getting at first.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that was negativity and just bad. It was just a lot of negativity. But now it's just more love. It's more respect. Um, the fans actually like they'll come up to us and just like hold conversations. Like you probably won't even be on the team, but your shirt say Kansas football, and they just like, oh man, like those boys good. Like it's a heartwarming feeling to hear like how the community talks about us now versus 3-4 years ago.
Facts, facts. You said when you committed, it was like, oh, you're going to a basketball school. It's so funny because when I committed, I believe they were 6-6, 6-7, somewhere in there. So it wasn't like that they had already went through the Orange Bowl. I committed before my senior year and in the
Hmm.
summer. Um, and everybody, I remember the next morning I committed, rivals throws it out there.
Yep.
And guys from my rival school, I get them, it's 8 in the morning, bro, in the summer. And I see them calling, but these are my boys too. We all grew up. No, what's good, bro? And I'm like half asleep. It's 8 in the morning. Boy, you done committed to that trash school. Oh, back all the offers you got. So I
Yep.
remember because I was then a senior, and that was the Orange Bowl year. And week after week, we just kept winning and winning and winning. And I would just always send them a smile text message after every game. Like, how was that felt for you? And do you like hit up any of your boys that laughed at you talking about it was a basketball school and being like, "Hey, look at us now"?
Well, see, the thing is, I ain't gonna drop no names in here. I ain't gonna drop no names, but it was more so a coach that was recruiting
Oh,
me.
okay.
It was a coach that was recruiting me, and one of my best friends, he one of the best corners in college football right now. Uh, his coach was like, he was like, man, I'm trying to get you up here to OU. I had just signed. I had just cause like you did, I signed early, right before my senior year, so like in that summer.
Yeah,
I had just signed to Kansas, and he came up there to the school. He was like, "Yeah, man, you can always come up here and come play with me." He like, "We just right down the street. You can always come play with me." He was like, "But you gonna go there? You gonna go to Kansas?" He's like, "We gonna kick y'all ass every year. You want to go through that every year?" And that kind of hit me. Like I feel like don't challenge me. That's how I
yeah,
feel like don't challenge me. Like it the flip the roles won't flip, and that right there alone changed my whole mindset coming here. Like yeah, I want to be here now because you feel like that. Oh, since you've been there, y'all probably been winning, but it's. I told him like it's different. It's different when you got real dogs stepping on the field,
yeah,
and when you sitting there telling me that oh, we gonna whoop y'all every year. You gonna be embarrassed every year. And crazy thing is, you coach the DBs. Your dudes got to guard me.
yeah,
And so every time we played that team, that'll just be on my mind. I do some of these DBs and just look at them,
yeah,
like remember that. And ever since we've been playing them, since I got here and we've been playing them, our record is positive over them.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so that was just my biggest thing I feel like that was my biggest challenge because I don't take disrespect lightly. And I know he was probably joking, but he was for real at the same
yeah.
time.
There's always truth in a joke.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel like that was my biggest like, cause all my friends, like the people that I always surrounded myself with, they always were supportive. You know, I had a lot of, I didn't have a lot of friends. I had a lot of like people I associated myself with, but the people that I called my friends, they ended up coming up here with me.
Yeah, that's a good
And
thing.
so my main thing was it was different coaches because I had a lot of offers. I had a lot of big time schools and everything, but that didn't fit me. And everybody, a lot of people did ask me like, why you doing this, why you doing that? And I'm like, I feel like I got a purpose to do it. I had a purpose to be here.
Yeah, yeah, man. I felt the same way. I was a national recruit, man. When I was coming out though, like everybody wasn't throwing the ball. Like I
Mm,
had Wisconsin, they wasn't throwing the ball. TCU was still in the Mountain West. Um, Florida, this and that. So I went to the school that fit me. I also had family. I was born in Topeka actually. I moved before I was 3. But
yeah,
and then came to Dallas. But I was like, I gotta go where it fits me. And at that time, everybody wasn't throwing that ball around. And I was always telling people it's not about the name on the front of the jersey. It's about how do I fit into that school. I could
yeah,
easily go to a bigger school, but it's not about that if it's not going to, fit my playing style.
yeah,
I want to get into though, did y'all boys all sit down and have a meeting and say, we about to click up, bring the Avengers back. Ain't nobody going to the league, and we about to go run through this Big 12 because the receivers, everybody coming back. Both our
mm-hmm,
corners coming back. Devin Neal coming back. Obviously, we got Daniels coming back. Like,
yeah.
was that just everybody doing it individually, or and then guys just being like, well, if he's coming back, or did y'all kind of sit down and say, bro, we got a chance to do something special, and everybody just saying, hey, let's last ride because after this year, I know guys are gonna have to go.
Yeah, yeah.
So how
Nah,
does
it
that
was
come about?
that really came about. We never sat down, we never talked about it. It was just it's bigger than, like a lot of guys on the team thought that, like, yeah, people's gonna disperse off, go to the league, some people's gonna leave. But nah, it's we want to actually win everything, like it's more than just money. Like money play a big part in this. I'm not gonna lie, like money play a big part in the game now with college football. But with us, it was more than money. Like we wanna actually win. We wanna go win the Big 12.
Yeah,
Like we wanna go do something that haven't been done. We wanna be in the college football playoffs. Try to win a national championship, be a contender for that. Like, so it was just our goals and aspirations, like, yeah, the overall goal, we want to get to the league. We wanna make millions. Everybody wanna do that, but it's you don't you don't often get a chance to play in a Big 12 championship. You don't get a chance to play in a national championship like often. So like the team we have, and like you said, honestly, we probably only really should have lost one, maybe 2 games max. And us with the team coming back that we have, with the offense coming back that we have, the defense, like we know what we can do, and we was only at the peak of what everyone seen. Everyone didn't really see like what we could have done more. Even the games we won, we could have did more than that, but we reserved in certain areas. And now we all kind of like on the same page as, hey, we finna stay, we finna run this thing up, we finna go win this 12, get in this playoff run, and we finna go all the way and do this. And that's how all of us are thinking. Like we're all on the same page with that. Even during the season, it's crazy because during the season, like mid-season, me and Devin was talking, and we were just like, man, like we could really win the Big 12 championship. We were saying that last year when we was on the undefeated streak, like, man, we could really win the Big 12 championship. We've been saying that, but like now we kind of we've seen peaks, we've seen flashes of being able to be the best team out there.
yeah,
But now, like, since we've seen those peaks and flashes, we know what we need to do to get that job done. And we're like, all right, we all come back and we all on the same page. The chemistry goes nowhere. Like, we got the best chance that you can give us.
yeah, yeah. You said it's business, it's money, not only in the NFL, in college now.
Mm-hmm.
Are a lot of our guys getting opportunities or contacted to leave, right? I've heard, oh, this guy is going to go, right? I won't say the name, but oh, this guy's they're trying to get him. This guy, they're trying to get him. Like, how does that work? We got a lot of dogs across the board on both sides. Are y'all talking like, hey, bro, such and such is they trying to throw a bag? Y'all think I should stay or whatever? How does that go? Because when I was in school, if somebody gave you $10 for gas money, they talking about you gonna be ineligible. Now boys is getting $1 million, $2 million, $3 million leave, 500,000 for this receiver to go to that school. How does that work inside of our program? Because we've had all of our guys still be there from last year and this year at this point.
I feel like like a lot of schools reaching out to guys, like we don't really get too deep into the conversation. But we more so just be like, man, such and such just reached out to me. They offered me $500,000. And then like me, I don't really get into it because I don't want my opinion to like influence a person to do something. Like I would want them to make their own decision and what they feel like is best for them. So I'm like, dang man, that that's an opportunity. I said, but you gotta realize, like you got what you want here, and you could leave that and put yourself in a position to where you ain't even seeing the field. They got you there. Ain't probably they liked your playing style here. They got you there. Probably ain't like your playing style. Ain't like your size or your weight or something. And then they're like, we gonna put you on the back burner and then we're gonna bring you in next year, try to keep you there longer. Like we talk, but we don't never get too deep into it. I feel like now we're trying to get more money into with the NIL thing. I kind of feel like we're a little behind with how NIL is going up here and everything. And like we all have our thoughts when schools reach out and they throw these big numbers at you, especially like guy like me. Like I never really had money my whole life like that and everything. So when schools reach out like that and want me to come to their school and offer more money than what I'm getting paid here, but it's just the fact that I know my overall goal, and I know like at the end of the day, God gonna have the last say. So if I should be here or if I should be somewhere else, and he's saying I should be here wherever you go. Cause I pray a lot. So
Yeah,
he's saying like wherever you go, you gonna have great opportunities. But where you are now is destined for me to get to that next level, and I feel like that's how a lot of us look at it. We talk to like our parents, brothers, sisters, like whoever we look up to, we talk to them to get that guidance and everything. And I feel like that's what a lot of us do. I go talk to my mom, I talk to my fiance, and I just pray about it because like I said, the game is changing and a lot of things are coming out as far as like the numbers are just getting greater. Like people getting, like you said, 2-3 million. So the numbers are just getting greater, but it's just who are you with yourself? Like, do you feel like money moves you? Of money, if somebody put some money down in your face, you're like, all right, well, forget what I had going on right here. The legacy I had it right here. I'ma leave. And things like I feel like a lot of us built this legacy. We built a legacy here to turn the program around. We all want to be part of a change and leaving a legacy, like for my son that I have now, like leaving a legacy for him to come back and like, oh, my daddy was able to accomplish this, this, and it's something I want to be able to follow up to. That's bigger than any money you can give me.
yeah. Yeah, no, I feel that. And when I come up to the camp, I try and take care of y'all boys as much as
Hmm.
possible
We
because I know
appreciate that.
what because I understand. I wish we had that opportunity, right?
Yeah.
We come up, we do the camp, y'all kill it, y'all deserve it. If we could give y'all the biggest bag, you already know I'm fighting for all of y'all to get what y'all get, and that's why we doing
Yep.
year after year, not only for the community, but for me to help y'all boys. And this isn't even about, I don't ever do anything for y'all to stay at Kansas. I do stuff for y'all as young men, right? You
Hmm.
come up there multiple times. I've had guys be like, man, Y'all remember the first year? Nobody even knew y'all were getting paid.
Yep.
Y'all pulled up and was like, dang. Next year we doubled it for
Yep.
boys, right? And guys just being like, man, I appreciate you. You don't even know what that meant to me because I had to send money to mom. I had this going on here in my car, and that's what it's about for me. I will never see. I'm not the guy in the alumni that's going to give a bag for you to stay at Kansas. That has nothing to do with me.
Mhm.
I'm the guy that wants you to be better in position to be a better young man, more stable. You got the fiance, you got the son. Congratulations on that, because that's
Thank you.
huge right there, bro. To be in college and to be focused, because we already know you on campus, and you see one walking this way, then you see
Yep.
one walking that way, and then I got football, then I got NIL stuff. So to have your mind on football, you praying, you got the fiance, you got the son. That's going to take you further and further and further in life than a football ever could. Is the focus and determination to be a good man and be great. So even with that being said, what is it like to have a fiance in college, a son in college? Like you a grown man. You more
Yeah.
grown than me. So tell me about what that's like, college life, to
uh,
have that.
it's amazing, like just being able to have her around and the energy that she gives off, the motivation that she gives me to know like just keep going and everything. She pushed me more than my closest homeboys and my closest friends that I grew with. Like she pushed me and motivates me to keep going. If it's something like, man, I've been watching, because she pay attention to a lot of things. Like I watch 101s every week. Like NFL 101s and how they run routes in the game and everything. And I'll be looking, she'll be paying attention. I'll replay a video, like just keep replaying that same clip, same clip. And I'll be like, she'll be like, what you trying to see if you gonna run it like this in practice? You trying to work it like this in practice? And I'll be like, yeah, like, I'm trying to add different things to my bag. And she'll just sit there and get to like, oh, I like the way he ran this. You should try to run like this. So like the way she do things is it's different. Like she gives me a different type of motivation. And on top of like my son being here, that like that's just a whole different feeling in the world. Like I feel like that's a feeling that a lot of people, like if you don't have a son, you wouldn't really understand, because it's a different motivation. It gives you a different path and strive to be great. Because it's like everything you do is like your why, who you're doing it for. It's bigger than you. And like being on campus, like yeah, it's girls everywhere, but when you got somebody that that's gonna hold you down, gonna make sure that you locked into school, football, and family, then you're not really looking for nothing else, because you got everything you need. Like you got the support system. You got somebody who's gonna be there for you mentally, physically, emotionally. Like you got all of that. And I feel like that's what makes me be so focused when I'm in the game or I'm at practice or I'm working out, because I know that she's at home taking care of everything, doing what she needs to do, taking care of the baby, and just being here, being supportive. So I know when I'm working out or I'm playing, like I have that support system. So I'm not worried about any other thing. I'm not worrying about, oh man, after the game, like back in the day when you was in college, you'll be winning. Then you be like, yeah, man, after the game, where we finna go? What club we finna get to? I know it's finna be jumping. Yeah,
Boy,
yeah,
ready.
yeah, you already know. But now I'm like, man, I'm ready to go after the game. I'm ready to go home. I'm finna be with my family. I'm finna turn the highlights on, man. My son finna watch this game over. I'm gonna be he might not even know what I'm saying, but I'm finna be talking like, you see this, and he gonna get the babbling back and everything. So it's just a different energy that you give off and you receive. Like when I go in the locker room, everybody can tell, like, man, you always happy, bro. You always smiling, like. And like you can tell when your son and your fiance came in your life, like you was just like your spirit just was different. Like you always was already a happy person, but now it's just like your energy is different, and they can feel the energy. And I feel like that was the biggest thing that changed me when my family came, was my energy. My energy changed, not in a negative way, but like I just wanted to bring everybody around me up, keep them in uplifting spirits, because this, like what family does to me, it keep me in a happy spirit.
Man, no, that's amazing, bro. Like, I was the old dude as well. Like, me and my lady, I went out, I did everything, my first year, and then, I go back to the crib, kick it with the family. My lady, she played golf up there.
Mhm.
So we used to just kick it after the game. So when I went out once every 3 months, it was like a celebration
The
around me going out.
celebration, yeah.
They're like, yo, hey, we gotta turn up. I was like,
Like we
no, we ain't
got
gotta
turned
turn
up,
up.
man. You
I'm
just
out.
came outside.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
man. But no, I know exactly how that is, and I believe I can hear your son probably screaming for you, like, "Hey, where you at, pops? We got some film to
Mm-hmm.
watch." And I know
Yep.
we could talk for hours just because we've been talking before this. So I ain't gonna take too much of your time. I know you got your son, your lady, probably got tutor and everything else. Just give me your final, just team goals for next year. I know you kind of went over it, but team goals for next year and then individual goals for yourself as well, because I know each year you've gotten better as an individual with the yards, the catches, the touchdowns. Just give me those last bits right there of what y'all's overall team goal and then what your
Okay.
individual goal is.
Overall as a team, I know one thing we working on. We're gonna get our GPAs higher. Have an overall better team GPA. We had it was good. It was good, but like it can always be better. It ain't nothing wrong with getting smarter every year.
Facts.
So that's one for the team. Another one is just hold each other accountable, not letting complacency be in the program. We wanna win. We wanna have all the good things. We wanna be able to play in January. So just holding each other accountable. Accountability is the biggest thing that we're working on and that we're doing this year.
Mhm.
Because we work hard. Of course we're gonna work hard. Everybody's working hard right now, but everyone is not holding each other accountable. You see guys that you got four sets of six on bench, but they just did four sets of four because the last two they struggled too much. They're like, oh, I'm done. Nah, what we doing now is you gonna all right, that's too heavy. We finna drop 2 reps. So it's just holding each other accountable and just making sure that we're there for each other as a brotherhood. Like you can always get closer with your brothers, and that's something that we're doing more than ever. I feel like we're doing more than ever. Individually, my main goal is just to be the best father that I can.
Yep.
Just cause like this is new to me, but I know like I can always get better at something, and just being the best father that I can. Always being there. I always make sure that I'm supportive of my fiance with everything that she wants to do. Um, I want to make sure that I finish this semester, get my degree. Um, and on the field, I just want to like at first I always wanted to be like, man, I want to be first team all Big 12, but I honestly feel like I am first team all Big 12. I just don't get as many passes as the other guys do that get first team Big 12. We run the ball a lot. I block way better and more than they do. So you know what I'm saying? I don't really put like let me be all conference or first team and stuff like that into the mixture just because like we running different things and they're getting
Yeah.
different type of targets and
Game
passes than I
planning,
get. Yeah.
production, availability, what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, just opportunity. That's all. Some
Yeah.
things are out of your control, but when I get the
Yeah.
opportunity, let's see
I'm gonna
who
make it happen.
let's see
Yeah.
who stack up opportunity for opportunity.
Yeah. But as a football player, I just want to make sure that if I'm going hard and I'm doing everything the right way, that it's not just me. I'm pulling somebody else up with me, and that
Mhm.
they're pulling somebody else with them. So just taking that step as a leader.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
man.
my biggest goals and aspirations for this upcoming off season, spring and into the fall season.
No, man, I love it. Like I said, I love both answers from the commitment and accountability for the team. I love from you want to be a better father to just those are the ones, like I said, that matter the most to me. It's just being a better man, a better father, a better fiance, a better just all around person, bro. And no, you killed it today. I appreciate you for coming on. I'll see y'all boys in the summer. Like I said, I'm getting stuff locked in right now. We coming up. boys already know that we're gonna take care of you. The kids
Yeah.
are excited to see y'all. So once again, I say appreciate you. Good luck. Proud of y'all boys. Y'all been making everybody
Appreciate that.
proud, man. And when I always wear my KU stuff. I'm either wearing my TRPT stuff or my KU stuff. And when I have my KU stuff on, I get so many comments about, man, y'all boys are nice. Man, can you get my son a look from those coaches? He loves KU. The guys play with swag, the uniforms. There's so many compliments that I get because of what y'all guys have done. And I appreciate that as a former Jayhawk and an alum of the school. It makes me happy to know that people see Kansas how I've always seen Kansas. So I appreciate you, man, again. And thanks for hopping on with me.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for having me on, man, and just being a Jayhawk now, from a current Jayhawk to a former Jayhawk, man. I appreciate the foundation that y'all laid for us to be able to go out here and do the things that we doing.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate it. Anything you already know, anything you need, hit me up.
I got you. Appreciate you though.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, my boy.
You too.